should be century of Dharma. It is very possible. So for that reason, also, see, we must think about sadness of humanity. Then another thing, my generation, and among the audience also, I think our generation belongs to 20th century. So that century gone. Now my generation, now we are ready to say bye-bye to the world. Now those people, I think below 20, you belongs to 21st century. So in order to build, as I mentioned before, healthy world, compassionate world, peaceful world, this younger generation, you have the main responsibility to build that kind of world. So later about the 21st century, I may either heaven or hell. Then I will watch you whether you're really carrying this responsibility or not. So therefore, the younger generation, please think more seriously how to build better society, healthier society, and through that way, better world. That's very, very important. Our concepts sometimes remain old way of thinking, fixed. So that's create problem. So we must catch up new reality. Please think more these points. And then also useful, visit different countries or study situation of different countries. Then you will get broader views about that, including environmental issues. These are very, very important. So that's about my talk. The importance of sense of universal responsibility and with sense of citizen of the global, like that. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you. So, those points, those people who found some of my point which mentioned, you feel some interest, then please think more. Then eventually experiment by yourself. Change mind take time, not easy. So you need constant effort, regular effort. And then those people who feel these points which I mentioned not much relevant your day-to-day life, then forget. Just think money, 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 money. Then okay, no problem. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, I think you have got something by watching this video. So what you understood? Just you can unmute and you can talk. What you understood watching this video? Share गर्नुहोस् त idea. You can unmute and share your idea what you understood here after watching this video. Some of you are muting, so you can for a second you can unmute.
I think he's a peace lover.
Yes, of course.
He's talking about peace and we should do something to others, to society and country.
Yeah.
I understood this point of view from him, sir.
Yes, of course. He is the promoter of the peace in the world, and he is a very controversial person because of his religious speech sometimes. Now
Yeah,
he is living his exile life. He lives in India, though he is a Tibetan person. And here in this video, he talks about global citizen, the word global citizen, global humanity. He uses the word. You have to keep those words
yeah,
in mind. That we should not think that I'm just a Nepali and I live in remote area, I live in a country area, and
yeah,
I'm very poor person. If you think in that way, you cannot generate peace in your mind. You cannot be satisfied. You cannot satisfy your desires, your
yeah,
spiritual
yeah.
dignity. You cannot promote after if you think in that way. So we have to think. In the video, he told that some of we have black hair, some of have blonde hair, some are white hair, white skin, blonde hair, means black skin, different types. Though, but at last we are human being. So he talks about
Yeah,
global humanism. That means that is the global
humanity.
humanism. We are living in the
Mm.
21st century, and if we belong to 21st century, I want to connect this with Osho's speech, Osho's idea. Osho, what he says,
Yeah,
we are the new human being of new millennium, new era. He told that.
yeah,
So if you want to be the new human being of new millennium, then then you have to change yourself from within, from inner. If you just become materialistic, if you just love money, and if you love property and things, you can never be a global citizen. You can never have a spiritual feeling in your mind. You can never feel peace, tranquility.
yeah,
To feel peace and tranquility, we should have spiritual sense. We should think in a wide way, not a narrow sense. We interpret anything very
mm.
narrowly. So here in this video, he talks about global humanity. And if you are global human, then you are the global citizen. Though we have
Yeah.
different outwardly, physically, we may have different thing. Some of are very rich, some of are very poor. We may
I,
have lots of
yeah,
property,
yeah,
some of are very poor money and economic condition. But at last, ultimate is that we are human being, a human being by
yeah,
nature. So his lesson that we are going to learn today belongs to this
yeah,
philosophy. Means in previous class we talk about Plato, we talk about Socrates and their philosophy, what they talk. And
yeah.
the course
So,
designer, they have designed the course in a unique way, that your course is very unique in the sense that we learn about Osho, we also learn about the Dalai Lama, and we learn about Plato and Socrates. It means what is from this lesson you will find idea Western thought and Eastern and South Asian thought.
yeah.
Okay, Eastern.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, tell me.
Tenzin Gatso. Who are Tenzin Gatso, sir?
Tenzin Gyatso, he also is the religious leader.
Dalai
Uh,
Lama.
yeah,
Yeah.
Dalai Lama. His original name is that. Okay, and
Then,
Dalai means his position. Okay, his title, like professor, like teacher. Dalai means a kind of title to the person, a religious head or head of the monk. Okay, that is the thing. Original.
I want to put one question, sir, please,
Yes, yes,
in front of you.
yes.
I have heard that actually, who was Dalai Lama and what is
Tenzin.
his origin?
Okay, here I
And
will tell.
sir, and yeah,
Look at this slide. You will find everything here. Tenzin Gyatso, his original name. Okay.
yeah,
I think you have watched this slide. It comes. Okay,
yeah,
Kako, Kyo, everything you will get. So just I want to make a background here before this. So these are the things that you can keep in mind: Eastern philosophy, Western philosophy, South Asian philosophy, and what the philosophers. He is also a religious teacher, religious leader, as well as his philosopher. Okay, Osho is also a leader, a spiritual. उसको ओशोलाई spiritual leader भन्दा पनि meditative guru भनेर भनिन्छ, and he is a philosopher actually.
oh,
And they
yes,
have their own ideas. Philosopherले के को कुरा गर्छ त, ह्युम्यानिटीको कुरा गर्छ, ग्लोबलाइजेसनको कुरा गर्छ, how we exist, what we should do and we should avoid. All these things we get from these philosophers. So this lesson, especially before this lesson, I want to put here a quotation by Dalai Lama himself. or sensitivity to the suffering of self and others. Look at his quotation: a sensitivity to the suffering of self and others with a deep commitment to try to relieve it. Means in our life we have to understand, we have to be sensible to the suffering of the self and suffering of the others. What we do,
Other,
we do not care about others suffering, we care about our suffering. But
our suffering.
he says that we should be very sensible to not only our suffering, many people in the world they are suffering. We have to be sensitive, we have to be sensible to this. And that is the deep commitment, that is the humanistic commitment. If we think as a human being, as a humanitarian eye, अब humanitarian को चस्माबाट हेर्नु पर्यो हामीले आफ्नो आफूलाई र संसारलाई. If you watch everything from humanitarian eye, of course you'll have a peace in your mind, you'll get your tranquil life. Deep commitment, that is the deep commitment to try to relieve it. That is the thing told by Dalai Lama. Now come to our lessons, levels of commitment by Dalai Lama. Okay, the Dalai Lama. It is the title Dalai, so I have put the word the Dalai Lama. Levels of commitment is the lesson. Means he talks about some commitments to live our peaceful and tranquil life. We should have some commitments. अब अगाडिको स्लाइडबाट हेर्नुहोस्, कमिटमेन्टको लागि अब एज अ होल the gist of the lesson is this: a sensitivity to the suffering of self and others with a deep commitment. Means that creates a commitment. So we should have sensible to suffering of self and others. That is the thing. So there are other things he says in the essay, his philosophic essay. What are the things for commitment? To commit, if we commit, commitment means to be a devotion, sentiment. Okay, a kind of we can say concentration. Okay, that is the value, that is called commitment. If levels of commitment, in what level and in which level, up to which level we should commit our life to peace, to promote peace and tranquility in our life. That is the thing that the writer tries to say here, Dalai Lama himself. So briefly I want to share the biography. Briefly, very briefly, I want to share the biography of Dalai Lama. I think you have watched this slide. His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama. Okay, there are many Dalai Lama, and this 21st century Dalai Lama is the 14th Dalai Lama. His original name, that is Tenzin Gyatso. Tenzin
Yes.
Gyatso. Okay, Tenzin Gyatso describes himself as a simple Buddhist monk. He is the spiritual leader of Tibet. He was born on 6 July 1935, to a farming family in a small hamlet. Hamlet means village. Okay, country area located in Taxter, Amido, northeastern Tibet. At the age of 2, the child then named Lambo Dondup. Lambo Dondup was recognized as the reincarnation of previous 13th Dalai Lama of Tibetan Gastro. That is the thing. So Tibetan Gastro means that Tibetan. Okay, then that here 14th Dalai Lama Tenzin Gyatso. Gyatso is also a kind of, okay, it's a kind of title, and his original name is Lambo Dondup by birth, and later he is called Tenzin Gyatso because he was the spiritual person, monk. So the follower of the monk, they are called Gyatso. And then later giving the examination, he is elected in Dalai Lama post. He became Dalai, and he is called Dalai Lama. That is the thing. And the Dalai Lama are believed to be saint of Tibet. Bodhisat, uh, Bodhisattvas, Bodhisattvas are realized beings inspired by a wish to attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all sentient beings who have who have vowed to be reborn in the world to help humanity. Okay, they are called the reincarnation of the God, Buddha. So their task by birth, okay, their task is to serve the humanity. sure to help. They are considered, people believe that they are born to serve the world. That is the thing. And for the sake of humanity, they always keep serving.
Committed,
At
benefiting.
23, His Holiness sat for his final examination after completing his Buddhist education. He sat in his final examination in Lhasa's Jokang Temple during the annual, um, annual Great Prayer Festival. That is called Monlam Chembo. Okay, that festival name. In which a group of people, they sit together for the examination to be selected as a Dalai. In 1959, he passed with honors and was awarded as Geshe Geshe uh, Lampa degree. The degree's name is Geshe Lampa degree, which is considered as equivalent to the highest doctorate in Buddhist philosophy. Means it is like PhD or post PhD. Means after that there is not any education or any degree in Buddhism. So he is considered as Dalai Lama. That is his brief biography. Means biography is not very important, but to describe, to know that person's idea, you have to know. Suppose our the Dalai Lama's duties, they are considered as the server of humanity. They are born to serve the humanity. From this point, we can generate some idea regarding Dalai Lama. Now come to next. As a human being, His Holiness is concerned with encouraging people about what he does. After elected as Dalai Lama, what he did, that is the idea here. As a human being, His Holiness is concerned with encouraging people to be happy, helping them understand that if their mind are upset, mere physical comfort will not bring them peace. Look at the idea. What they serve the people, helping to understand that what they teach to the people, that is the main idea. If their mind are upset, mere physical comfort will not. Here is the main idea. Mere, look at the word, mere physical comfort. Okay, mere physical comfort will not bring them peace. Physical reality that we believe in, money, property, materialistic reality, that does not bring peace. Okay, outwardly we think that if we get a big building, have lot of plots of land and money, bank balance, then we think that will be happy. But he says that we'll never
Sound
be
नगर न
happy.
बसुन्दिन नि
Will be never be happy after
ढोका
getting
लगाएर
money, property, and all those
ढोका
things. He
लगाएर
says
अनि
that.
बोल्नु
But if their minds are at
त्यो
peace,
टिभी
even
साउन्डले कम गर
physical,
है के
someone कसले चाहिँ गरिरहेको छ. Okay, but if their minds are at peace, even physical pain will not disturb their calm. Means, though if you are a very rich person, you have lots of property, but that does not bring peace in your mind. That does not give satisfaction, happiness in your life. But if you are innerly very happy, if you are suffering, suppose if you are suffering, you have difficulty, but if means outwardly you have lack of money and you are hungry, you are not getting proper food, but if your spirit, your inner soul is satisfied, if peaceful, then you are always happy. Means property does not bring happiness. Our thinking, our peaceful spirit, our commitment to our commitment and our sacrifice, it brings the peace. That is his idea. But their minds are at peace, even physical pain will not disturb. तपाईलाई पुरै घाउ भएको छ, physical pain छ, अथवा तपाईलाई if you are suffering because of the economic crisis, sometimes that becomes your outward difficulty, but inwardly if you feel satisfaction in it by soul, then of course you can feel peace. पैसाले मात्रै, सबै propertyले मात्रै मान्छे satisfaction हुँदैन. If you have a kind of solely satisfaction, then of course you will be happy. That is the idea. He advocates the cultivation of here I have pointed this by LOs, a warm-heartedness. Okay, his idea, main idea. He advocates the cultivation of what? Warm-heartedness. Warm-heartedness, human values such as compassion. Look at the word compassion. Look at the word forgiveness. His main idea. Tolerance, contentment, and self-discipline. These are the 5 words that he talks in the essay. Means to make our life peaceful, to be happy human being. How to be happy human being? We should have warm-heartedness. Warm-heartedness means we should have the capacity to welcome everyone in our life. Be okay. Be positive. Be honest, and do not okay fight with others. Always talk politely.
Do not
Always
harm to
behave
others.
politely, and you will
Be
consider
positive.
as you will consider as warm-hearted person. Okay, you are considered as warm-hearted person. And warm-hearted भनेको एकदम सबैलाई राम्रो तरिकाले चाहिँ व्यवहार गर्ने मान्छे. And human values such as we should have some human values such as just
Compassion,
मैले
forgiveness, tolerance, contentment, and self-discipline.
just a moment. Okay, then of course we should have some values such as we should have some human values such as compassion. Means we should have
Forgiveness.
compassionate. Okay, we should be compassionate to anyone. Okay, we should have honesty. We should have a kind of warm-heartedness, forgiveness. We should not have a kind of revenge motive. हामीले जे गरे पनि अरूसँग हामीले द्वन्द एकदम सृजना गर्ने भन्दा पनि फर्गिभनेसको आइडिया हुनु एउटा थिङ्किङ हुनु पर्यो. सानो गल्तीलाई पनि के गर्नु पर्यो त we should forgive. And then tolerance, we should tolerate the difficulties of the life. difficultyहरु tolerate गर्नु पर्यो. And then contentment means contentment to anything. Means if you are doing something, you should have a kind of a kind of devotion to that. That is the contentment. And self-discipline. You should have. If you have not self-discipline, if you are not disciplined person, you can never get success in life. So he says that as human beings, we are all the same. In the video also, he says these words: as human beings, we are all same. We have soul. Same. We have soul. We have blood. The blood is red, and though color is different, we have black, white, blonde, different colors outwardly. That does not matter. But at last, the ultimate is that we are human being. We have to think in that way. We have to keep that thing in mind. We all want happiness and do not want suffering. That is the true human reality. We do not want to suffer. Even people who have no religious belief can benefit if they incorporate these human values. Means you are a rational thinker. Okay, you are a rational thinker. You do not believe in God, but if you have those ideas like compassion, forgiveness, tolerance, those things, of course your life will be happy. You will be benefited in your life. His Holiness refers to such human values as a secular ethics. Okay, secular ethics are universal values. Secular means universal, global. Okay, that is the global ethics. That is the global idea. Not only the people of Tibet, not only the people of India and Nepal, all the people of the world, they should realize. As a Buddhist, as a Hindu, not only we should realize, as Christian, Muslims, all the people, Islamic people, all the people should realize that we are human beings. We should have compassion. We should have warm-heartedness, contentment, all these things. Okay. Then he is committed to talking about the importance of such values and sharing them with everyone he meets. Means in his life, in his journey, spiritual journey, in different countries he goes. That video we watched just now, that video he gave his speech. That video was recorded in Canada when he was in Canada. At that time, he met the people, young generation, as well as older generation. And at that time, that video was recorded. Sometimes he goes to America, sometimes he goes to other countries. Though he is controversial person, sometimes he gives controversial speech, and he is the political leader of Tibet as well. So Tibetan government, Tibetan government dislikes his idea, and he is exiled from Tibet. So secretly, he goes to different countries, and he is taking shelter in India. Indian government giving him shelter now. So that is the thing. His ideas, those five ideas that you have to keep in mind. Not only we, all the people of the world should keep in mind. Okay, these are the philosophic idea of Dalai Lama. And then, of course, leadership.
अनि यो
Yes,
Jesus Christ र दलाई लामाको चाहिँ जुन विचारहरू छ उस्तै उस्तै मिल्दो रहेछ हैन सर?
कसको भन्नुभयो? Whose ideas?
Jesus Christ को हजुर
Jesus Christ को पनि त्यस्तै त्यस्तै छ. Jesus Christ, he is a religious leader. Jesus Christ भनेको कस्तो भन्दा भगवान नै भनेर जन्मेको थियो. हैन उसले के भन्छ त अरु धर्मलाई अरु धर्मको कुरा भन्दा पनि उसले क्रिस्चियनिटीलाई बढी फोकस गरेको छ. उसले युनिभर्सल रियलिजम भन्दा पनि क्रिस्चियनिटीको कुरा बढी गर्छ, प्रमोट गर्छ भने यो बुद्धिस्ट भए पनि he is a human being and एउटा टाइटल पाएको छ स्पिरिचुअल लिडरको and he talks about the global humanism. उसले ग्लोबल ह्युम्यानिजमको कुरा गर्छ भनेको चाहे मुस्लिम होस् चाहे क्रिस्चियन होस् or that may be Hindu or Buddhist, we should have those values. If you do not believe in God, it does not matter, but you should have those qualities in your life to be a successful human being, global citizen. That is the main idea, he says. And leadership and responsibilities, he talks about the idea of leadership. Yes, sir. Banus.
I have heard that he has huge military force with him till now.
Yes, of course.
He has kept military force. Why Tibet threw him to India?
Okay.
Yes, he was peace lover.
Okay, यहाँनिर पनि यस्तो छ कि आइडिया तिब्बतको गभर्नमेन्ट चाइना र तिब्बतको कन्फ्लिक्टमा उसले चाहिँ he was the revolutionary person there and he played vital role to shape to preserve the Tibetan culture, Tibetan language, Tibetan values. So China does not like him. And in Tibet, before Dalai Lama in Tibet, there was a ruling system. The ruling system was very cruel, and he wants to promote democracy in Tibet, and he wants the freedom of speech. Especially, he is a democratic leader. So Chinese in Tibet there is the Chinese influence, and China wants their communism, and he wants democracy. He wants freedom of the people, peace, tranquility of the people. So he is considered as anti to Chinese government, and Tibetan government, and Tibetan government made him exile. That is the main thing. Okay, that is the thing.
And why did he put so? Why he has so huge military force?
मिलिट्री भनेको कस्तो आर्मी भनेको कस्तो भन्दा त्यहाँको चाहिँ चाइनामा कस्तो छ दुई खाले छ एउटा चाहिँ द्याट सपोर्टर अफ द गभर्नमेन्ट त्यो खालको छ अर्को चाहिँ उसकै भनौँ न उसकै मङ्क अथवा चाहिँ उसकै चाहिँ उसको पार्टीका मान्छेहरू क्रान्तिकारी जस्तो के त्यस्तो खालको चाहिँ आर्म फोर्स छ त्यहाँनिर त्यसकारणले उसको पक्षका एक थरी छन् अर्को पक्षकाले चाहिँ उसलाई चाहिँ एक्जाइल गरेका छन् द्याट इज द थिङ दुई खाले छ
अहिले इन्डियामा बस्दा पनि उले रिफ्युजीको रूपमा बस्दा पनि मिलिटरी फोर्सलाई राखेको छ भन्ने सुनिन्छ के सर
त्यो त मिलिटरी फोर्स त उसको सेक्युरिटीको हिसाबले हि इज नट सेफ सो उसले आफ्नो पार्टीको जस्तो हुन्छ नि जस्तै एक किसिमले भन्यो भने अब त्यसरी भन्न त मिलेन तर चाहिँ एउटा माओवादी चाहिँ भनौँ न एउटा त्यो सिभिल उ थिए त्यो सिभिल वारको बेलामा नेपाली माओइस्ट वारको बेलामा जुन त्यो माओइस्ट मिलिटेन्टहरू थिए तिनी पनि त एक किसिमको मिलिटेन्ट थिए तर त्यस्तो खालको होइन उसको चाहिँ के छ डेमोक्रेटिक चाइनामा त सबै शिक्षा तिब्बतमा त के छ सानैदेखि मिलिट्री चाहिँ पढाइ हुन्छ स्कुलमा अनि मिलिट्री भने प्रत्येक चाहिँ सिभिल सर्भेन्ट भनेको मिलिट्री छ त्यहाँको अनि के छ त उसले आफ्ना सपोर्टरहरू मिलिट्री छन् के त्यसरी मिलिट्री भएको भनेको गभर्नमेन्टको अथेन्टिक होइन त्यो मिलिट्री उस एक किसिमले बडी गार्ड जस्तो मानौँ न त्यहाँ त सबै मिलिटेन्ट छन् नि त्यहाँ त बच्चाहरू सबै स्कुलिङ नै मेडिकल मिलिट्री एजुकेसन छ इन द्याट वे ही हेज पुट अ पर्सनल एसिस्टेन्ट उसका जुन छन् मिलिटेन्टहरू छन् द्याट इज द थिङ त्यो कुरा पनि आउँछ यहाँ डेमोक्रेसी किन ऊ चाहिँ एक्जाइल भयो भन्ने कुरा यहाँनिर आउँछ okay in the next slide will that and then he talks about the leadership and responsibilities okay in 1950 after China's invasion यही slide मा छ हेर्नुस् 1950 after China's invasion of Tibet his holiness was called upon to assume full political power means he wanted to have political power in Tibet after China's invasion in 1954 look at here he went to Beijing and meet with Mao Zedong and other Chinese leaders, including Deng Xiaoping and Zhou Enlil. Finally, in 1959, following the brutal suppression of a Chinese government suppression of the Tibetan national uprising in Lhasa by Chinese. Look at here. China's invasion पछि के हुन्छ त भन्दाखेरि Chinese military force, Chinese government, they suppress the people. Tibetan people who were the supporter of democracy. So, by Chinese troops His Holiness was forced to escape into exile. Because of that separation, he was forced to live a separate life in a different part of the world. He was exiled in that sense. Since then, he has been living in Dharmasala of northern India. Okay, northern India में India को shelter मा चाहिँ बसिरहेको छ. And sometimes he goes to other countries as well for his visit. That is his political leadership responsibilities. Means China, he is the leader of Tibet, especially democratic leader. And in China also there were two types. In Tibet also there are two types of people. One type of people, they follow the democracy. They are in the side of Dalai Lama, who are the monks, and they want freedom. Whereas China wants to suppress, China wants to dominate them, because they want democracy. China wants their a kind of autocracy, or you can say republic system. And the republic
अनि
system, there is
उसले सर एक्सक्युज सर उसले
हजुर.
इन्डियामा बसेरै त्यो चाहिँ पिसको लागि चाहिँ लडिराखेको छ तिब्बतको
Yes, of course,
विरुद्धमा
of course, of course, of course. त्यसैले त ऊ तिब्बतमा जाँदाखेरि त्यसरी चाहिँ ओपन भएर जाँदैन, अथवा नेपालमा आउँदा कहीँ जाँदाखेरि उसलाई अलिकति सेक्युरिटी अलर्ट भएको कारणले विशेष सेक्युरिटीका साथ जाने गर्दछ उसले. द्याट इज द थिङ. स्पेसली नेपालमा पनि कन्ट्रोभर्सियल स्पिच दियो बेलमा चाहिँ, त्यो धर्मशालामै बसेको बेलामा बुद्ध वाज बर्न इन नर्दर पार्ट अफ इन्डिया भन्यो. एन्ड बिचमा अलिकति उसको पनि त्यहाँनिर भएको थियो क्रिटिसिजम. एन्ड लेटर हि एपोलोजाइज, उसले त्यो भनेको होइन भनेर एपोलोज मागेको थियो. यस्ता स्पिचहरू बेला बेला मान्छे राम्रो हो. हि टक्स अबाउट पिस, ग्लोबल ह्युम्यानिटी, ग्लोबल सिटिजन, 21st सेन्चुरीको एउटा न्यू मिलेनियम, न्यू एउटा चाहिँ मान्छे चाहिँ बन्नुपर्छ भन्ने आइडिया छ उसमा. तर चाहिँ के छ, बेला बेलामा फेरि यस्तो चाहिँ स्पिचहरू उसका कन्ट्रोभर्सियल पनि छन्. दिज आर द थिङ्स. So that is his leadership responsibility. He is the leader as well as a spiritual leader, humanistic leader.